Thank you. We now go to Swansea West, to Geraint Davies.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. What we should be doing in this Parliament is to protect our farmers, protect our food security, protect our food standards, our climate, environment, our public health, and our workers. But I think this bill falls short on all these counts. The reality is that Britain is gripped by a 1 in 100 year pandemic that has taken the lives of 33,000 people. And this reckless government refuses to extend the transition period in which we are required to get a deal with the EU and indeed with the US. And this puts all our interests at risk. Members will know that something like 44% of our trade goes to the EU. In Wales, 3/4 of our food goes there, and that the United States are very tough negotiators. They are interested in low price, often substandard food that may be forced on us unless we ensure in this bill that we secure the highest standards possible to limit what can be negotiated. The US Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, has confirmed that chlorinated chicken must be part of a post-Brexit UK trade deal. We've heard talk of hormone-impregnated beef, and basically we're at risk of importing food standards that are below the standards we enjoy and torpedoing the opportunities we have to have a meaningful EU trade deal, which is a much, much greater significance than the US trade deal, something like 60 times more. It's important that we ensure environmental standards are built into these trade deals and into such bills as this. And if we don't build these food standards and environmental standards into our law, then, and they aren't subsequently in trade deals, then when we try to increase our environmental and food standards, we'll be taken to an international court by Trump and others, and we will be unable to move our standards upwards. As for climate change, obviously there's great concern about nitrogen fertilizers producing nitrous oxide, a powerful greenhouse gas that's used in indoor cattle feed for intensive farming, in particular in the United States. We don't want that here. We should rule that out, and we should put that into our trade deal and indeed into the quality controls we put into this particular bill. Obviously, more trade further afield with the US is going to be bad for climate change in any case, and we know the US doesn't respect the Paris Agreement. We need to use bills like this and this bill to protect our food standards and actually ensure that these standards then go through trade deals. In terms of air quality, it's interesting that this bill doesn't mention air quality at all, despite the fact that DEFRA argued that agriculture was a more important source of particulates to air pollution than diesel particulates. We know that during the lockdown, PM 2.5 and NOx have actually gone down. PM 2.5 only 10%, NOx by 40%. And we know that ammonia is a precursor of secondary particulate pollution. In other words, even though we're using our cars less, we still need to ask the question about what we should do about delivering World Health Organization standards, in particular, as we now know that COVID deaths are significantly more with air pollution. This is just a great big hole in the agriculture bill. In terms of the migration bill, of course, we've got limits on the number of people who can come over here and pick our fruit and vegetables. The Agricultural Wages Board, which is in Wales, which is abolished in England, should be extended into England to support rural workers' wages. In terms of protecting workers, it's critically important at this time that the workers in food production, in abattoirs, food processing, have proper PPE and testing and social distancing. We already know there's a massively disproportionate number of people who are dying from COVID who are in these. And again, the government has neglected this. So in conclusion, we need to put food standards central stage, and I'll be supporting those amendments. We need to ensure the EU deal is the right one, which means extending the transition period. We need to ensure the environment, climate change is centre stage. They need to be part of the trade deals, and we need to protect our workers and all our interests in Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and England. Thank you very much.